hockey fans talk about toughness. They talk about warriors, legends, playing through pain. But tonight, forget everything you know. This isn't about playing through a sprained ankle or a busted lip. This is about the moments so violent, so bloody, so horrifying that they made even the NHL's toughest men stare at the ice in silence. From geysers of blood and shattered bones to hits that almost ended lives right in front of the cameras, these are the top 10 worst injuries in NHL history. If you think you've got a strong stomach, keep watching, because the #1 injury on this list, even the players say they'll never forget what they saw. Let's do this. Number 10, Evander Kane. Bloodbath on Ice, 2022. It's November 8th, 2022. The Oilers are battling the Lightning. Play is frantic, bodies flying everywhere. Evander Kane is grinding on the boards, doing the dirty work, and then total chaos. He's taken down in a tangle, and as he's pushing himself back up, an opponent's skate comes down like a guillotine, slicing across his exposed wrist. No whistle, no time. Instantly, you see it. The panic in Kane's eyes as he realizes what's happened. Blood is just gushing from his arm, pooling on the ice, and he jumps up in a sprint straight for the bench, leaving a trail behind him that looks straight out of a horror movie. The entire Oilers bench explodes. Trainers toss aside their clipboards. People shout for towels. You can see staff literally panicking. The refs see the blood and blow play dead. Kane's face is pale as a ghost, hand clamped over his wrist, teammates in shock. He's rushed off the ice, crowd in stunned silence, and straight into an ambulance. The surgery is immediate. They say if the cut was even a fraction deeper, he might have bled out before hitting the locker room. He makes a comeback that same season. How? No one knows. But every time Kane steps on the ice now, you can bet every player is gripping their stick a little tighter, remembering how fast your life can turn into a highlight you never want to see again. Number 9, Johnny Boychuk. 90 stitches, one eye, no mercy, 2020. March 3rd, 2020, Islanders and Canadiens. Johnny Boychuk is in his office in front of the crease, screening the goalie like a brick wall. Puck bounces, a battle in front, and then disaster. A skate comes flying up, almost slow motion, but no one can move fast enough. It slashes across Boychuk's face. No visor, nothing between blade and flesh. He's down instantly, blood everywhere. Players on both teams back away, hands on their heads, mouths open. The arena goes from cheers to dead quiet in a split second. You see Boychuk desperately holding his face, blood running through his gloves. Medics rush out, towels can barely keep up. He's rushed straight off the ice. 90 stitches. Read that again. 90 stitches to sew his eyelid and face back together. The skate missed his eyeball by a millimeter, but the damage is permanent. Boychuk never plays another NHL game. The crowd gave him a standing ovation, but you could tell the fear was real. It was the last time anyone joked about not wearing a visor. Number 8, Connor Murphy, neck on the line, 2017. November 28th, 2017. The United Center is loud, Blackhawks battling the Ducks, and then Connor Murphy, hard-nosed D-man, is chasing a puck back behind his net. He loses an edge, can't slow down, and slams headfirst into the boards. It sounds like a car crash. You see his body go limp. He's not moving, just lying there, face down, motionless. You can see the fear on teammates' faces. Hawks and Ducks both look at each other, knowing something's really wrong. The crowd goes silent, not a voice, just the sound of trainers sprinting out, neck brace in hand. They're not taking any chances. Murphy's head and neck are immobilized. The stretcher comes out, and the whole arena is holding its breath. They wheel him off, fans are clapping, but it's the slow, worried kind of applause you never want to hear at a hockey game. A cervical spine injury, nothing broken, thank God, but those minutes between the hit and the stretcher felt like hours. Murphy makes it back, but the echo of that silence after his hit, nobody forgets that sound. Number 7, Mark Stahl, blinded by the puck, 2013. March 5th, 2013, Madison Square Garden. Classic rivalry, Rangers versus Flyers. Mark Stahl's out there, no visor. Never needed one. right? He's turning to make a play. A puck ricochets up and blasts him square in the eye. He drops. No time to react. Blood instantly everywhere. His face is swelling. His teammates waving for medics, some looking away because they can't stand the sight. His brother Eric, on the ice for the Flyers, skates over in panic, not as a competitor, but as family. That's how bad it was. Doctors rush him off, and later the news comes out. Orbital fracture, retina torn. He can't see out of the eye for weeks. Vision returns slowly, and he misses misses the rest of the year. That one moment changed the league forever. Now, every rookie must wear a visor. The image of Stahl curled up on the ice, holding his bloody face, is one of the most brutal things you'll ever see. Number 6. Taylor Hall, The Warm-Up Chainsaw, 2012. You think warm-up's safe? Not if you're Taylor Hall. January 17th, 2012. Oilers at Blue Jackets. Hall skating a little too close. No helmet. Teammate loses balance and bam! Skate blade right across his forehead. The cut is so deep you could see bone, and the blood just starts pouring. Players from both teams skate over to help, trainers sprint across the ice, and Hall is rushed to the locker room, blood streaking behind him. 30 stitches later, and Hall has a scar for life, and the rest of the league starts wearing their helmets in warm-ups for real this time. You watch the replay, see his face all stitched up, and you realize, in the NHL, there's nowhere to hide. Number 5. Erik Carlson, Achilles Ruined, 2013. February 13th, 2013, Senators at Penguins. Erik Carlson, the smoothest skater in the league, battling for the puck in the corner. Matt Cook comes in hot, skate blade comes down right onto Carlson's exposed ankle, straight through his Achilles tendon. He's on the ice in a heap, clutching his leg, screaming. Trainers rush over, and when they try to help him up, his foot just hangs limp. It's over, season gone in a split second. The camera zooms in, you see Carlson's pain, you see Cook skating away, and you see the Senators bench in shock. Months of surgery and brutal rehab follow. Most players never come back from that, but Carlson does, wins another Norris, and proves he's a freak of nature. But every player that saw that injury gets nervous anytime a scrum goes near their feet. That's the kind of trauma you don't shake easily. Number 4. Rich Peverly, Heart Stops in Dallas, 2014. March 10th, 2014. Stars vs. Blue Jackets. Rich Peverly has already missed games with a heart condition, but he's cleared to play. Everyone thinks it's under control. Mid-game, he comes off the ice, sits on the bench, and just collapses. The bench erupts. Players slam their sticks. Trainers leap over the boards. Medics on the ice in seconds. Peverly is laid out on the floor. CPR starts. Defibrillator paddles come out. The entire crowd is dead silent. Teammates are in tears, coaches are praying, and the fans at home are watching, not believing what they're seeing. They bring him back to life right there on the bench. The game is canceled. The arena is in shock. Peverly survives, but his career is over. That night, the NHL wasn't just dangerous for broken bones and blood. It was a reminder that you never know when your own body will betray you. Number 3. Paul Kariya, Stanley Cup KO 2003. Stanley Cup Final, Game 6, Devils vs. Ducks. The entire hockey world is watching. Paul Kariya, Ducks captain, streaks across center ice, and bam! Scott Stevens, the human freight train, catches him with a hit so violent you can hear it through the broadcast. Kariya is out cold, eyes open, not moving, like a mannequin. The arena freezes. Everyone's thinking the same thing. That's it. That's the last time we'll ever see Kariya play. Minutes pass, then the impossible. Kariya comes back, leads his team to a comeback win, scores a goal, becomes an instant legend, but he never really recovers. Years later, he's forced to retire because of concussion symptoms that never went away. One hit, one play. It's all it takes. Number 2. Jack Eichel, The Neck Nightmare, 2021. Jack Eichel, Sabres captain, face of the franchise. One awkward fall and he feels a pop in his neck. Herniated disc, agony every time he moves. But the worst part? The Sabres refuse to let him get the surgery he wants, something never done on an active NHLer. Eichel sits out months, team and player locked in a battle. He gets traded, finally has the surgery, comes back with a vengeance. But that whole year, you see a superstar trapped, powerless over his own body, his own future. It's a reminder that sometimes the most brutal injuries aren't the ones you can see, but the ones that keep you off the ice, trapped in limbo. Number 1. Steven Stamkos, leg snapped like a twig, 2013. November 11th, 2013, TD Garden, Boston. Steven Stamkos, Tampa Bay's superstar, drives hard to the net, gets tangled with a defender, and slams into the post at full speed. You hear a snap, Stamkos drops, his leg twisted, bone popping through the sock. He tries to get up, but immediately slams the ice with his fist, screaming. Trainers sprint out, fans are crying in the stands. Even the Bruins players look shaken. The stretcher comes out, cameras zoom in, you can see the bone. The world holds its breath as Stamkos is rushed off, season over. But here's the thing, he comes back, months later, scores 40 goals, leads his team to a Stanley Cup. That's legend status. But every single time you see a superstar driving the net, you remember Stamkos, you remember the scream, you remember what's on the line, so there you have it, the 10 most gruesome, unforgettable injuries in NHL history. Still breathing? Hit the comments, tell us which one made you squirm, and don't forget to subscribe for more brutal, jaw-dropping hockey moments. Because in the NHL, it only takes 1 second to go from hero to horror story.